Hi there, Nicole here. So, between a few of us being sick and traveling, and all of us having the most technical difficulties that we've probably had since the first week, we only have a very brief episode for you today. But we did leave in some behind the scenes so you can get a glimpse into what recording a podcast for the three of us sounds like. So, there's a few topics in there we'd love your input on, and a few silly little moments that we hope you enjoy. Thanks for listening. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of D-List Diaries.
Yo, yo, yo.
Kirsten, you wanna unmute there?
Please leave this in.
Kirsten, would you like to unmute for the people so we can hear you?
Kirsten. Now she's loading. Wah, wah, wah. Why us?
We could see you.
There's that glowing face.
You there? You there?
What is going on right now?
We need a GoFundMe.
But I don't even like what would fix this besides a studio.
Aaron, that's what I said. We need a GoFundMe. We need a GoFundMe so people can tithe to our podcast.
Stop that and we'll start again.
Let's go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of D-List Diaries.
Yo, yo, yo.
Woo! What's going on?
Hello, my favorite ladies. How are we today?
Better now since we're finally not experiencing technical difficulties anymore.
Don't we always have technical difficulties? Like, it wouldn't be an episode of D-List Diaries if we did not have technical difficulties.
You know, there always has to be a come up.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a come up story. We're still living a little bit in the hood of podcasting, but we've been moving up.
I mean, I definitely agree. We're moving up.
We just don't know what we don't know. So every day I feel like we learn something new, but it's just never quite what we need.
You know what? Welcome to my last several years of owning a business. Sometimes I wish I had a different job so there was just like a handbook and it just told me what to do.
Isn't that life, though? I feel like with everything, I'm like, I thought I knew it all, and I'm learning more.
You don't know what you don't know, and then you just learn, and then you might fail, but failure is just
Another step.
your first attempt in learning, and you just have to fail forward.
That's right. Preach, girl.
I love that. Well, cheers to failing forward because we're doing that really well.
Yeah.
Failing forward and living and learning. I tell you that.
I'm feeling a little better this week.
Good. Yeah, I feel like we've been sick and traveling, so we haven't been able to catch up, but you had a little stomach bug, little green face emoji.
Yes, green face emoji, faux show. I'm just now starting to
Ew.
feel better.
Gina, I'm so glad you're feeling better. Tell us about your travel. Like, what all did you do when you were traveling?
I did like the math on in 1 week I traveled like likely if I add in getting to the airport early and stuff, probably over 30 hours.
Jeez.
So it was like we went to Gatlinburg for that wedding. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in like 3 months, truly, because it was so much in 1 week. And I do put myself in these like pressure, high energy situations, like got to get to the next thing. Clearly, I like to put myself in pressure cooker because I got married to a stranger. Shocker. So I should probably do therapy for this, but I had that wedding in Gatlinburg. So we drove to, it was like 3.5 hours to Gatlinburg, probably 4 once we got there, and then went to the wedding, drove home. I had a business conference the same day. So I literally changed in the car to go to the business conference on the way home, like did my makeup. Boo dropped me off there. Then I had the conference on Sunday, Monday. Tuesday, flew to LA for a little secret project
Ooh.
I thought was airing soon, but it's not airing till next year.
Are you serious?
But we will see you on our TV screens again.
But we will see you, and I got a chance to meet some cool people for the first time, and got super sick while I was there. Flew home. I landed at like 2 o'clock on Thursday, and then we left Friday morning to go dove hunting. total change of scenery. I went from California to a dove hunt in Mississippi.
Hold the phone. You went on this dove hunt adventure after we talked about saving the doves?
I went on the dove hunt. I felt like I needed to be supportive. And I can tell you guys that the first dove that got shot, I immediately cried.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I had to like secret cry behind my glasses because I was like, I'm gonna get made fun of with all these dudes if I'm like, my lip was quivering. I was like, oh
no.
no. Y'all, it's so bad. They just shoot the dove and you can like see the feathers kind of fly and then it just drops.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you had such an eventful last past couple of days.
Week. That is a week.
Let's rewind back because I have so many questions about all of the events that you attended, first of all. Because I remember on our last episode, we talked about like bringing gifts and leaving gifts on the tables for the wedding. Like, how was the wedding? Did people bring gifts? Did they even have a gift table? Did y'all take anything? Like, tell us about that experience. Did y'all have a good time?
I actually had this question too because one, I forgot to bring a gift. I still was like, oh shit, this week has been so crazy. Is it too late now? Like, is the registry gone?
No.
Can you still get a gift after a wedding?
Yeah, of
And how
course.
long?
I think etiquette says you have up to a year to provide a gift, and the couple has up to a year to send thank you cards,
Oh,
is like quote unquote etiquette.
perfect. Because I still need to get a gift. There were no gifts. There was not a gift table. But then I had this thought too. Oh, because I know we had this conversation. Is it different if you're traveling in for a wedding? Because this wedding was like at a big cabin. They already had so much stuff that they had to bring. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it would be hard to get all the gifts back. Like, I'm about to go to a baby shower in Dallas for a couple that's in Colorado. And I'm like, do you even want us to bring a gift there? Because how are you going to, you just have to mail all this shit home? Like,
If it's a destination wedding or baby shower, I guess have the gift shipped directly to their home address.
that's what I would think.
Mhm,
That's what I would want
mhm.
more so than like a table full of gifts and I'm packing it all up to like drive
Yeah,
6 hours
and in
home.
the registry, they'll probably have their home addresses on there, so it just
Mhm,
automatically
mhm.
ships to
Yeah.
them.
That's what I think is the Southern thing. There's not really a gift table, you just ship it to their house.
I mean, I know we talked about this last week, but I'm only given physical gifts at showers, like never at an actual wedding. You just give a card with money.
Mhm.
But I think the card with money is a New York thing. Because 'Cause I've never seen any of my friends give, like, a card with money at a wedding. Kirsten, have you?
No, but I feel like that's what everybody would want after hosting a wedding.
That's a great gift.
Yeah, they spent so much money on the entire wedding. So it's like, of course, they would love to see cars full of money. They want money falling all over the table, honestly. So I've never seen it, but I'm sure people are so appreciative of it.
And that's what everyone ended up doing at this wedding we just went to this past weekend. But I always give the physical gift at the wedding or or sorry, baby shower. But I feel like lately a lot of showers will specify like bring the gift, send the gift, or like be a dear, wrap and clear so they can unwrap the gift. Cause some showers they want to unwrap the gifts in front of everyone, which no offense, but no one wants to see that. Like I don't want to watch you open your gifts. I don't want anyone ever watching me open 50 gifts. No. Take the gift, say
You
thank
know, it's
you.
so crazy, Nicole.
What?
I love when people open my gifts. I love to give people gifts at the baby shower because I really like for them to open it and I hope that they love my gift and actually use it. So I love to watch people open gifts at the baby shower.
Hey, Kirsten, they're never gonna act like they don't like it.
That's true.
You like watching them open your gift, but do you then want to sit there and watch them open 25 other gifts from people who aren't you?
No, not really. That's true.
Kind of.
Really?
I do because 'cause I'm like, "What'd you get?"
Yeah, sometimes it just depends on how long it lasts. Like if the gifting is lasting for like an hour or over, like yeah, okay, everybody's ready to do something else. Like let's continue to mingle and talk and shower you, but we don't want to sit here and watch you open gifts for an hour.
I think it's more uncomfortable for the person opening the gifts
Yeah.
than it is for the people watching.
Hmm.
And because of course you're gonna love that. Oh my god, this is exactly what I wanted. Like, it's from your registry. Of course. You picked it out. We know you love it.
Yeah, you actually wanted this.
I love it. Right, you picked it out. You are hilarious.
That's amazing.
You asked me to buy this for you. We know you like it.
That is funny. Yeah, my brother, he just had a baby in March, and him and his wife, they're very specific. Well, especially my brother, he was like very specific, and I got them like a high chair, some type of mobile. It's like you can roll the bed around, like the baby's bed. You can roll it around the house. My brother said, "Now I don't know why she want this bed on wheels, like she living in a mansion."
It's like rolling like 3 feet.
It works.
I love that your brother is more specific.
Yes.
I thought your sister-in-law would be more, like, worried about it than your brother. That's funny.
No, he's very like a logistical type of person. Like he wants the logistics to be set up properly, like the changing station, the crib, the high chair. He want to make sure you have everything that you need, not the little tit for tat baby clothes and pacifiers and hair bows. He's like, absolutely not.
Gotta have the hair bows.
And why do you want this bed on wheels?
He couldn't understand it. He couldn't understand. But it works. Hey, it works. So I bought them like all three of the big items that they wanted and needed more so.
What a good aunt.
Yeah, I try. My baby's getting so big now.
Hmm.
But I didn't go to the wedding. I know both of y'all went to weddings this weekend.
Kirsten.
Yeah, I didn't go.
She RSVP'd.
I know.
Did you tell them ahead of time or day of?
Not at all.
What?
I didn't at all.
I decided at the last minute not to attend the wedding, and I felt so awful.
You didn't even pretend you had a stomach bug?
I'm not good at pretending, but my other sorority sisters were there, so it made up. And then my other sorority sister and I we're going to send her a gift. And knowing that we have a year now, it makes it even better because I can search for her a nice gift.
Well, a year when you've gone to the wedding is I'm saying quote unquote etiquette. Like I can't imagine sending someone a gift a year later like, "Hey, you've been married for 10 months, here's your gift." But according to etiquette, and I only know this because 99% of my friends like didn't want to send out thank you cards. So I remember looking it up multiple times like what is etiquette for family member, the older generation who like expects a thank you card for every single gift. So I would actually love our listeners if you want to write to us and let us know your thoughts on this topic because I do feel like it's very generational in what people expect or do or anticipate because I know like if you say thank you when you give me a gift, that's more than enough. You do not have to waste stationery and a card and your pen and your stamp and mail it. I get it. I know you appreciate me. That's enough. But I know some people are very into the formalities. So I would love to hear other people's thoughts.
Yeah, me too.
My
Did
mom
y'all have a good time
loves
at
the
the
thank
wedding?
you card.
Yeah, wait, sorry. Gina, what'd you say?
Oh, I was saying my mom loves the thank you card. She loves them. Like writing them. It's generational for sure.
It's her generation though.
We had a great time at the wedding, Kirsten, to answer your question. It was kind of crazy. The cabins were so big. So the cabins were kind of like adjacent. There was one up the hill. The wedding was actually at the cabin. The rehearsal dinner was at the cabin. And the cabin that they had everything at literally felt like a resort. Like
Oh, nice.
it slept 86 people.
Oh wow.
It was huge. There was a pool, 2 hot tubs, a like wraparound deck,
That's insane.
tables inside, several couches, tons of stuff going on.
I can't believe it slept that many people. That's a lot. That's a mansion cabin.
They did. They had their families. So bride and groom, both families, and then closest friends in one cabin. And then we had a separate cabin too that probably had 13 couples in it.
How many bathrooms?
It truly felt like a hotel.
Okay.
We had our own
Oh,
bathroom,
nice.
king size bed. So I think almost every room had a bathroom or maybe 2 couples shared a bathroom. It felt like a mini resort.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least probably had to have at least 10 to 15 bathrooms for sure if it sleeps that many people.
I mean, it ain't nothing like couples retreat, okay?
Like, those were the best bathrooms I've ever experienced in my whole life.
That house was so pretty.
We need to go back there, I'm telling you.
I'm definitely down to go back.
Reminds me of birthday.
Yeah, the couples retreat that was 2 years ago, like this week, I saw the videos pop up of the bears coming on our front porch, and our commentary is hilarious. So I think we should post it on our Instagram so the listeners out there can hear the commentary because I just think we're really funny. But we have the bears on our front lawn or front porch, Clint doing karaoke in the hot tub pool thing. And we were so afraid he was going to electrocute himself because the microphone wire kept dipping in the water. And he was like, no, 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 it's fine. It's fine.
These are the moments that everyone's laughing, and I had the ick.
Well, I was just afraid he was going to die. I was in there with him still. You were out, but I was in there like he's going to electrocute me and this is going to be bad because it was both our birthdays. And that 80s party was so fun.
Tatum was like, she was like saying that she held his hair back because he was throwing up.
That tracks.
Because didn't we go to the lumberjack place the following day?
Yeah.
And he was so hungover because he drank so much champagne for his birthday.
Yeah.
He also woke up, or in the middle of the night, I hear him patting his leg, and he was like, "Come on, Hank. Come on, buddy.
Oh my God.
Come on, Hank." Asleep, dead asleep.
Hank was not there,
No,
everyone.
it was so funny.
That's really cute.
It was cute. Yeah, it was really cute.
Oh my gosh. I would have been in tears laughing so hard at him patting his leg in the middle of his sleep. But then he pulled himself together because he ended up climbing up the log. I guess he saw everybody else attempting to climb the log and he was like, okay, I'm sobering up now.
Yeah.
Someone said this week in my secret escapade that they've never seen someone so hungover on Married at First Sight. And that, like, in all of the seasons that they were watching, they're like, I've never seen someone like get so drunk and so hungover.
Yeah.
What was he drinking?
Everything.
Everything. Champagne, all the things. Mainly champagne.
We were drinking a blue drink. We were in the 80s for the night.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
It's our birthday.
Also, too, but once you get in the jacuzzi, doesn't the heat make it even more like make you even more intoxicated, right? I think that's true.
Yeah, because it dehydrates you, I think.
Oh my gosh, that's
I
awful.
think so. Doesn't do any favors, that's for sure.
But he survived.
He did. And your birthday is actually coming up, Nicole.
Yeah, when this airs, this will air on my birthday.
Woo! Go girl, go shout it. It's your birthday.
Ooh,
We're
ooh.
gonna party like it's your birthday.
Happy 30th.
35th.
I know. I was trying to give you a couple years.
Happy 21st.
Well, it's funny. I remember it's the weird things you remember that people say that aren't mean to you. But must have said during filming that every year I cry on my birthday, which I do not think is a sad thing. I look at my birthday as like a culmination of everything over the past year and looking forward to everything in the new year. And it's very emotional for me because there's so much to reflect on. So I don't look at it as sad tears. It's more just like overwhelmed with all of these thoughts and remembering things. And
And gratitude.
right. It's like, wow, I've done so many things over the past year, or there's so many things I didn't get to that I'd like to bring into this next year with me, or make even bigger, better goals, whatever it is. But every year without fail, I cry on my birthday because of all of these thoughts in my head. And I remember, I don't remember saying it, but I must have said it on the show because whenever it aired, I remember seeing all these comments of people just like dragging me for being like so sad and Debbie Downer and like, her life is so sad because she cries on her birthday. And I'm like, people, crying is not always out of sadness. And I will happily cry on my 35th birthday, even more so probably than normal because 35 feels like I'm in a different era, but it'll be joy. And Chris is making me a very special cake.
Oh,
So if anyone wants to come over, we have some sort of cookie butter ganache cake concoction.
that is so sweet of Chris. And actually, reflecting over your life is a beautiful thing. And it's such a blessing to live to see another year after year because sometimes people are not here and they don't get to celebrate their lives and look at what they accomplished and what they want to accomplish moving forward. So this birthdays are a big deal. And I love celebrating the life of other people. So if Chris is making you a cake and you're celebrating and you don't have any other plans besides that, I'll definitely come by and give you all my love and watch you cry because that's what friends do.
I don't do it in front of people.
Shake the haters off. I don't I rarely cry when I'm sad.
Oh, yeah. It's not when I'm sad.
I cry more when I'm, like, reflecting or, like, I'm so proud.
Or overwhelmed.
Or, like, thankful or overwhelmed. I'll cry, but I rarely ever cry over being, like, sad unless it's, like, a movie or something that I'm watching and I'm like, "That is just so sad." And I'll cry on, like, the behalf of someone else, you know?
I definitely cried during some movies.
I need to share something on the topic that's embarrassing, but
Y'all talk, I have to grab my charger.
so whenever, Chris and I go to a lot of sporting events, and I would say the majority of them, they always honor someone at the beginning, whether it's like a veteran or a local hero or, someone who's done something in relation to whatever sporting event. And I cry every single time. Like if we're at a Predators game and they show the veteran of the game and everyone's saluting, like I bawl my eyes out. And one time we were at a game and it was a special game sponsoring, or I guess the proceeds were going towards the American Heart Association, maybe. And maybe not. I don't know. That part is not as important, but basically this girl, her life was saved by a bone marrow donor. So it couldn't have been a heart association, but her life was saved by a bone marrow donor. And it's been a year since her surgery, and she got to meet the woman who donated the bone marrow at the game, and they were there together, and they showed them, and, like, I could cry thinking about it. It was the most beautiful, touching thing, and everyone around is just, like, in awe, and I'm hysterical. Chris is like, "I can't bring you to these places if you're gonna keep crying like that."
No, that is an emotional time because the person basically is like saving her life. Like I would have been in tears too.
But to anyone, they'll be like, "Here's a local teacher who stayed after school 1 week to help her students," and I'm like, "Oh my god, that is so sweet and special," just crying.
Mm. Okay, now if I see you crying, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can't handle you either.
It's bad. I don't blame him, so I get it,
He
but
needs to probably start keeping tissues at this point.
after a brief unintended intermission.
What were we talking about?
Oh, I was talking about crying, how I cry
Oh,
at
yeah.
all the sporting events when they announce the veterans, and it's really embarrassing.
I do that too.
Well, now we've all had a technical difficulty because my coughing fit just kicked us off, but
Knocked us off.
as I was coughing and trying to mute myself, I heard downstairs the video game go on. So I think that the video game Chris is playing has taken over the internet, and he swears it's not the video game, which obviously means it's the video game.
You're like, "I'm just trying to talk in my closet."
Like, I was sitting in my closet doing my podcast. You can't be playing video games.
If people only knew. We're sitting in closets.
We need some sponsorships and some donations. I'm about to post our cash apps. We're about to raise money. We need to be able to professionally record our podcast. We are now taking donations. If any of you would like to donate, feel free. Thank you.
We talked about this today, which this is, like, probably terrible to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. One of my stylists was talking about, like, how their church is like, "We're building this new location. It's gonna cost, like, $20 million," and then people, like, tithe for the location, and I'm like, "Man, I'm trying to get some tithes for the sleigh bay." Just set something up and be like, "Okay, guys, I'm still paying off my current location. I need 10% of your income," which I actually do need to start tithing. I felt a lot better when I was tithing, but I was just laughing. I was like, church is the only place. You just give your money to God, and it's expected.
And the government.
And the government, yes.
The God and the government.
And Gina?
And Gina.
All the G's. God, the government, and Gina.
I wish.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. So we also need to tithe to our podcast.
I just think that we have these struggles to make us stronger, because it's more fun when you put in all the work, and eventually in like a year we're going to laugh so hard that we used to sit in the closet or have, Kirsten's mouth not moving with her words and all these things, and we're just going to laugh and say, "Ha ha ha, remember when?"
It keeps you humble.
Yeah.
Keeps you humble.
Enter another unexpected intermission.
Are we back?
Now I'm so weak right now. Enough is enough.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. Where am I? I don't know what's happening.
And it just uploaded our last little 1 minute. Is it record? Is it saying it's recording?
We are.
Now I can't hear anyone.
What a shit show.
I had so much faith in us today. I just knew we were going to record for like an hour and a half.
I just knew it was going to fly through. We're going to get a quick 30 minutes in.
I was expecting like an hour and 30 minutes to break it into 2. I knew we were going to have like a great recording today.
Get here. And we're finally back. Chris and I were at his cousin's wedding this past weekend. It was one of the more unique and beautiful ceremonies I had been to because the wedding took place at the bride's childhood home, which is like a multi-million-dollar house in Ojai, California. So it was the most beautiful backdrop. And the way it was set up felt like we were at a family dinner. Like at one point, I didn't even realize we were at a wedding. It was just such a nice experience. It wasn't like a stuffy banquet wedding. It was just like a family gathering. And they had pizza. Like that was the main course, was just all these different pizzas. And instead of cake, they did a gelato bar, which I thought was super cute. It was very chic.
Very demure, very classy, very cutesy. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like it was so lovely.
It was.
I've never been to a wedding where they had gelato.
Speaking of gelato, have you ever had an affogato?
Yeah. Espresso and ice cream.
No.
Kirsten hasn't. This is not a Southern thing because I went to Tampa with all these girls from The Bachelorette and they're like, yeah, affogato. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, well, it's just like espresso over ice cream. And I was a little like, I don't know. It is one of the best things I've ever put in my mouth.
I've seen it, but that just sounds like so many calories. I haven't been drinking that much, but it also sounds delicious.
It's so good.
It's so good.
I think I might offer it at the sleigh bay.
Ooh.
It's kind of past time. I'll have to bring it back in the summer because it's ice cream. But I mean, I'd truly just have to get ice cream and a scoop.
Maybe after like 3:00, like an afternoon delight.
Could I still do that now? It's still a little hot outside.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get a pumpkin
There
ice
you
cream.
go.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Shut the fuck up. I'm leaving. I gotta go to the store.
Sprinkle some pumpkin spice seasoning on top.
Oh my
A
God.
little cinnamon.
Find a better salon in town.
No.
Dare
you
ya.
can't.
Period. Now offering an elevated experience.
Period. We've really been trying to up our marketing game, and I'm about to get into some coaching for marketing. And the email I responded back, I was like, we're trying to double our numbers in Q4, just to like end the year not in a deficit, like just to end it like right on target. And the girl that emailed me back that I'm going to be coaching with was like, cheeks and seats, that's my specialty.
Cheeks
like
and
that.
seats. That's hilarious. I love it too. That's very catchy.
Cheeks and seats, that's what we want.
Mhm.
I really have to figure out the best way to pass clients along, and I'm struggling because I feel like typically when someone reaches out, by the time they reach out to me, it's like a personal referral and they're like ready for a new stylist and they have their mindset on like me, or they probably likely, I would assume, have like 2 or 3 other people that they're looking at. And so when I tell them like, hey, I'm actually focusing on the business, but I would love for you to go to this stylist, and I like am good about amping them up, I'll like offer a free blowout just for them to meet that stylist. And then I don't hear back from them. And I think it's because they're like, okay, well, if Gina's not going to do it, I'm just going to go to my second choice, not the choice that she recommends.
Okay, I feel like a lot of businesses who are the face of the business struggle with that because, like, even my friend, like, people like to go to his businesses to see his face and to have conversations and to speak to him. And it's like when he's not there, they're less likely to want to even come on that day.
Yeah.
So people always want to build the relationship with that particular person, which is so difficult, like you said.
I know. It's like I'm trying to figure out the best way, whether it's like them coming to me for their first appointment and I have like one of my stylists there and say like, hey, this person's going to sit in on your appointment so they can maintain what we've done. That's kind of what I've been coached to do. Or we've even came up with the idea of like, hey, I'm I'm only assisting on new clients moving forward. Like, I'm not taking the new
Mm.
clients because I'm passing along the business. So I'm only assisting my stylist in that. So, like, for your appointment, so and so will be the lead stylist and I'll be assisting them. So it's like putting them in the limelight and taking me out of it. Like, I'll be there, I'm assisting them, not like, because I feel like, too, if it's me doing the hair and they're assisting me, it still leaves that little bit of like, okay, well, Gina did it the first time. And now I love the way she did it. So if this person does it, I don't know, Nicole, you've been in this position.
I was going to say, I actually prefer the first option because if I didn't know anything from anything and I heard about Gina and I wanted to go see Gina and I call Gina and she says, I'm only going to assist, that to me wouldn't be being seen by Gina. But when like the first time I went to you, and obviously you've done my hair 9 million times, but there have been times recently where you don't have availability. And the one time I can make it. So you say, go to X, Y, and Z stylist. And I have no problem with that because I've already been to you. I know that you know what I'm looking for. I know that you know what stylist would be the best fit. So I feel like once you have that in person relationship, it's a lot easier. But if I don't know you or your stylist and I've never been to you and you tell me you're assisting, that to me feels like you're there if they need you, but you're not really touching my hair.
What if it's like a collaborative, like, okay, I'm going to work with this stylist on your hair and then they're going to maintain this look moving forward. And maybe they can check in like every 6 months with me or so. Cuz the goal is for me to not do any more hair. Like, I can't grow it if I keep doing hair.
Like I know you don't want to be doing hair anymore, but I think if you know someone's going to be a lifetime client, to put in 2 hours of time, whatever it is, just to set that relationship.
Well, I think I do wanna do hair, but I think the problem is that my books are, like, always overflowing, and I'm getting every new request, and then my stylists aren't busy because they're not like, the requests that come in aren't to Slay Bay, they're to me, so it's like there's lots of business that I can pass along, and I think all salon owners start like that, like, they start as being the highest producing stylist, and then they have to figure out how to, like, build their team into that.
Or maybe even like I only take new clients 2 days out of the month. If you'd like to work with me and someone else, we can get you in sooner. These are the days I take new clients. Like give them the offer, but throw out, or you can meet with one of my stylists and I'll be there the whole time. I think of it me as a client. Like if I have to wait longer than I'm available, I'm less likely to do it. But if I know you'll be there and I know you'll be available, I'm like, okay.
Mhm. And you're more comfortable with my stylist now because you've met them all and built relationships with them.
Exactly. So I think if you just give people the opportunity to get their cheeks in the seats, then the next time they'll be more likely to work with someone else that you recommend or have you assist or shadow or whatever it
Mhm.
is and not have your hands in the hair.
I know. Trying out different conversations to see which one sticks.
Yeah. Trial and error.
Mhm.
But have never been a salon owner. I am no business coach, but I have been a client.
But you're a client, and that's important.
Especially hair is something that's relationship based purely for me.
It's probably like that in real estate too, Kirsten.
Yeah, it's definitely like that in real estate. I mean, with me being on a team, or like, let's just say if somebody wanted to work with my broker or my team lead, and he's like, maybe actually, I'm going to go ahead and let Kirsten, work with you because I may have my hands tied, but they're expecting to work with him. So it can be the same way. And that's just how people are because they already have relationships with you, or either you're the face of the business or the team. So they're going to feel like they are entitled to work with just you and only you. And like they're not expecting to work with someone else. But I also feel like once you get used to setting those expectations for your clients, it'd be easier to continue to set those expectations and not worry and just continue to assure them that they'll be in good hands.
Do you hear me getting whistled at?
Oh, now I hear it.
That's crazy.
Is that my whistle?
Oh, time's up.
All right, 5 minutes.
5 minutes, 5 minutes.
'Cause I feel like we didn't really even talk about anything.
No, we did not.
Sorry, I took it.
No, it was my technical difficulty.
And he must have had a timer set.
I know, he does. My man is scheduled.
Oh!
My man is routined.
Period.
Quickly, I think we should talk about one, The Secret Lives of the Mormon Wives.
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, I haven't watched that.
Guys,
Jasmine watched it. She said it's insane. Those women are unhinged on there.
I honestly think I could be a Mormon.
I started watching it, but I didn't have time to finish it. But you could not be a Mormon. You mean you want to be a swinger?
I could. I don't really like to drink alcohol. I could definitely hang out at the soda shops. And they do this thing where every time they get Botox, they get laughing gas, and that's the only time they're like getting high. And I'm like, I can get down with that. That's the only vice I would need.
My mom wanted to convert to be a Mormon when she was younger because she's Donny Osmond's biggest fan and he's a Mormon, so she wanted to be a Mormon just like Donny and Marie Osmond. Right, Mom? I know you're out there, so call up Gina and tell her what you researched about joining the Mormon church later in life.
I'm joking. I mean, I was like, it would be a lot less pressure if some people didn't expect you to have a drink, you know?
I have a Mormon friend, and she is one of the most fun people I've ever met, and you forget that she didn't drink.
And they're beautiful. They're so pretty. All of them.
Yeah.
And then the second show I wanted to touch on, since you guys haven't watched The Mormon Wives, is Monsters. Anybody?
I have it downloaded on the iPad for the plane, but I did not watch it. I haven't been around.
Which platform is Monsters on?
Netflix. It's an original Netflix series.
What is it about?
It's about the Menendez brothers that killed their parents.
Oh.
I heard there were so many inaccuracies, though, that it's getting a lot of flack.
Yeah.
So
From the Menendez brothers. So I'm like,
Kim Kardashian went to go visit him, so them.
I didn't know she was so much into prison reform, but she does. She works in the prisons a lot.
She's been into prison reforms for the past like 5 years or more, longer.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, girl.
Yeah, she's getting people off of death row. She's visiting the Menendez brothers.
That's pretty awesome.
Doing the Lord's work.
Out there doing the Lord's work. Well,
guess that's time.
I just got whistled out again. What is this, the dove hunt?
This was a short episode this week.
I'm getting duck called downstairs.
We're wrapping it up.
I'm coming.
Thank you for listening to this very short but sweet episode. We like to blame technical difficulties more than ever because today was a struggle, but I hope you enjoyed catching up with us. And we asked for a lot of feedback, so please give it to us. Message us at, what is it, D-List Diaries? Wow, Nicole. Message us on Instagram at D-List Diaries and let us know your thoughts about gifting, Mormon wives, what Gina should do about new clients at her salon. If you want to be a new client, 10% off your first service if you mention D-List Diaries.
Holla.
And thanks for listening. We hope we can provide a little bit more next week, but we'll see what the world of the internet has to offer. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.